Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. We've got wildfire danger going into the weekend, but the weekend could end with some much needed rain, possibly some strong storms. So let's get right to the details today. The story today is going to be the fire danger. Unfortunately, the southwest wind is going to pick up today, and we're going to see a significant fire risk today as the wind, the humidity, and temperature goes up through the afternoon hours. So just a heads up, this is going to be a problem. Here's the current fires burning. The red dots are our current fires. Not all of them showing up on all maps, but the one in Buncombe County, good news there. I think that's called the Farm Field Barn fire. I got to remember the name of it, but it's actually about 90% contained. So some good news there. Our other fires are still burning. Obviously, we have the fires in the upstate of South Carolina as well, which don't show up on the North Carolina map. Northeast Georgia, the Table Rock Complex, which is still spreading into North Carolina. The good news where the homes are, we're not seeing spread. The firefighters have some pretty good containment lines there. The Black Cove Complex in Polk County, spreading into Henderson County, still burning there, but better news there. Rattlesnake Branch and Alarka, I think that's how that's pronounced, here in parts of Swain County and Haywood County. So two fires burning there as well. You can't even see the one in Buncombe County, so it looks like it's been kind of removed there. We're not actually seeing hot spots either. These fires are actually all contained. So we'll keep an eye on that risk today because with this system heading our way, this big low pressure system in the middle of the country is going to kick up our winds and warm up our temperatures. So let's talk about that severe weather risk today. I'm going to turn off the satellite imagery and we're going to turn on the outlooks for severe weather today. Kind of a low risk, but tomorrow things start to ramp up a little bit as the system gets more organized. I'm going to turn the radar off here. But as we get into Sunday, that's when things get really interesting. This is the Sunday outlook. You can see a large area of medium to higher risk here, enhanced from the Storm Prediction Center. This is our higher risk area as we go into Sunday. And then Monday, this begins to shift off to the east. You could see us in a broad area of low risk for Monday, but it's not all bad news on Monday. We're going to get the rain. We could see some strong storms. I think the strongest storms could go around us, and I'll explain why. So let's look at 8-day outlooks for severe weather. I'm going to move my head out of the way here briefly. You can see today, this is tomorrow, this is Sunday. You can see the risk, but I'm going to move my head over here because on Monday, this one right next to me, this is the one we're watching. So Monday, look at the risk for severe storms. It looks like it does a split around the Carolinas as most of the energy dives south, and this is where there's more moisture and fuel, and up here is where there's more jet stream energy. We've seen this with the last couple of systems that were even stronger than this, kind of do a little bit of a split. But so I'm not overly concerned. Right now, the probability of severe weather for most of the Carolinas, 5 to 10%. It's not crazy, but it's an active week. You can see the 8-day forecast here. We've got severe weather breaking out again, possibly in the country, and then on Wednesday to our west, Thursday, Friday. So we're getting into spring here, April now, when things really start to ramp up. So get used to this potential of seeing some strong storms over the next, I'd say, 5 to 7 days. This is a look at the significant tornado parameter. We'll go through time here. You could see that energy building. So Sunday does look like a pretty active day to our west. This is going into Sunday night. So potentially some pretty significant severe weather here. That's why you're seeing that higher risk of strong storms, but not much for us. We could see some rain on Sunday, but I'm not expecting much. It's going to help with the fires, but it's not going to put them out. That's the thing you got to remember. Rain does not put, these are massive wildfires. We're talking thousands and thousands of acres. They're not going to be put out by passing showers and storms. They could be put out with steady rain, all day rains, but that's not the kind of rain that's heading our way. As we look at the future cast, you could see even on Sunday, this goes into Sunday morning, a few showers move through right there. That's a good sign. That'll help. Now, the moisture, the form of scattered showers, and even higher dew point air and humidity will help the firefighters get a leg up because the fire won't spread as easily. So this is good news for fighting the fire. It just doesn't mean it's going to go out. That's what I want to make sure we emphasize. So Sunday, yeah, I expect a few scattered showers, but not much. You can see even going into Sunday afternoon, it takes a while for the storms to develop back to the west, and then we see the activity head our way on Monday. So let me real quickly just show you Monday, because we still got days to watch this. I just want to give you an early heads up as we get into the later part of the weekend. So overnight, Sunday into Monday morning, I expect a line of storms to develop to our west. As we get into Monday morning around 12Z, I'm looking at the wrong clock here, 12Z, which is at 8 a.m. in the morning, basically, on Monday, you see that line of storms to the west. So this could give us time for things to get unstable and warm up. So the timing of this would be key because this would pull up some warm, humid air even as the front is here. And if we go, I'm going to go one time span here. We'll go into the afternoon. The front's passing through. But notice, just like I showed you on that guidance for severe weather risk, look how it does kind of split. We see storms here and storms up here, and in between, not a lot. So that's why I'm not overly concerned. A lot of the data and signals are showing us that this is probably not going to be a huge severe weather risk, just a low one. We'll take the rain without the severe weather risk. It might end up being a blessing in disguise that we get 2 waves of rain, maybe a little bit Sunday, one on Monday, and then that pushes through and we're done. So I'll post updates obviously today, tomorrow, through the weekend. The wildfires are the much bigger story and impact right now, and that smoke. And obviously, we'll take any rain we can get, even if there is a small chance of severe weather.